Hey, this is Chris and Martha. We're doing a walkthrough down in Lazy Days, Tampa, Florida, and we're looking at a different fifth wheel toy haulers as we are exploring the different options that are available. And we quickly noticed that every brand or model has had problems. We know that everybody talks about that quite a bit on the internet, about the design flaws or the manufacturing flaws that come along with some of these toy haulers and fifth wheels. And I'm not going to specifically say which brand we're in and what we're not in as we go through this, but I will tell you that we're looking at everything from entry-level models all the way up through $200,000 units, and we're seeing the same type of quality and concerns and small manufacturing mistakes that I'm sure the dealers will catch as they go through their PDI process.
So we looked at different floor plans and models from low end to high end, and we discovered just about with each RV there are flaws in each. Alright, walking into this unit, one of the first things we notice in the living room is how this slide is forced away from the wall as opposed to the other side of the slide where it is flush to the wall. So this shows us that the slide is out of alignment.
Yeah, no manufacturer is perfect, no brand was perfect. Whether it was a budget model, maybe in the $40,000 to $60,000 range, up to a very nice high-end, almost $200,000 DRV full house. We looked at everything kind of in between that Lazy Days had to offer, and each unit had really good quality on some areas and had some challenges, although we did notice that some of the things that are wrong with the low-end models are very similar to the things that are wrong with the high-end models. And for us, it's really about setting your expectation that perfection doesn't exist and that this is going to be a labor of love, being that this is going to be our full-time house. Where this adventure all started with us was a couple years ago. We bought a North Trail 25 LRSS, and we had a great time with it, traveled all over the United States from Alaska to Kansas to California and back on multiple trips. And we got to the point where it was a running joke that every single trip out we were going to have to make some repairs, and we had two options, right? It's all on how you respond to what happens. You can get frustrated and pissed off and go on Facebook and become a warrior saying that everything is junk and that these are broken all the time. And you know, I chose to really just joke about it, make light of it, and know that every time out, we had to fix something. It was inevitable. It was more of a running, okay, what's next? What's going to happen? We were very fortunate that we only had one catastrophic event, which we will later do a video on, and that was losing both axles and full suspension brake while traveling back to Alaska. But more to come on that in a later video. Really what we want to talk about on this is just setting your expectations that things are going to happen, nobody's perfect, and that the manufacturers, I don't think, have really bad intentions when they do this. Some brands are better than others with their customer service. You'll see Facebook pages all over about that. That was one of the major deciding factors for us, was not necessarily whether or not something was going to happen, because we know from experience it's going to, but how the manufacturer or that brand owned their mistakes and how they put the effort in to make it right. And that was something that was really important to us, knowing that we're not going to be near our regular dealership. So wherever we purchase from, we're unlikely to be returning to. So we need the manufacturer to stand behind their product.
One of the exciting parts about owning an RV is making it yours. With all these different floor plans, it's given us ideas. There's a lot of modifications we're going to do to our new RV once we get it. With our first travel trailer, we were able to customize some of the designs and make it our own, and we really enjoyed how it turned out. So looking forward to our new one. It's going to look beautiful.
Yeah, and with our last one, our travel trailer, we worked on it quite a bit during 2020. We were locked down from COVID, living in California at that time, and we weren't allowed to really go anywhere or do anything, but we could go to our RV. So we ended up spending most of our weekends of 2020 just tinkering with ours and figuring out how to improve things, what we liked, what we didn't like, and it became a very fun experience. Hook up the generator, spend the weekend goofing off in our RV, even though we really couldn't go anywhere and it was in a storage lot. it gave us time to really understand what we appreciated about our RV, what things we would do different, and it set us up in a better position now with this new fifth wheel toy hauler that we know kind of what we're looking for. And I'm sure, as with everybody, there's things we love, there's things we're going to hate, and there's things we're going to be wishing that were different. But again, it's all part of the adventure. That's what we're in it for. Let's have some fun.